What's going on, Jets fans? Welcome into NYJ today. The New York Jets have officially moved on from Sam Darnold. The era is over, and we can now start to digest this trade. So we've got a comment from Gwydion, and he says, "Can't believe teams traded for this guy. He has shown nothing for years." And I think that that's kind of the reason why we're moving on, because he has not performed well enough to be kept, and I think that's why Joe Douglas made this move. So before I get into any more comments, and guys, thank you for checking in. If you guys are new here, do consider subscribing. We are very excited to have you. So the New York Jets have traded Sam Darnold to the Carolina Panthers, and they have in return received a 2021 sixth-round pick, a 2022 second-round pick, and a 2022 fourth-round pick. So they get 3 picks in all. They only get the 1 pick for this upcoming draft. Having said that, though, this trade is really, really good for the New York Jets moving forward. They're going to have 21, I think I read online. They're going to have 21 draft picks in the next 2 drafts. So they have tons of ammunition, tons of draft capital to build around Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, whoever you want to name. So they're going to have all the ammunition in the draft, and that's how the New York Jets and Joe Douglas want to do this. They want to build through the NFL draft. So Busted Knuckles comes in, and he says, "Let the Wilson era begin, boys." And I agree. This is a very clear sign that they are going to, in fact, take Zach Wilson at the number 2 overall pick. Nothing's official. Anything can happen. But it's very much looking like that. They're going to take him at number 2 and move on from Sam Darnold. So Busted Knuckles says as well, he says, "JD did very well." What's up, brother? Yes, great to see you in the chat, my man. Thank you for tuning in. Straight Fire says, you guys know I'm thrilled. Yeah, so it's like exciting. It's sad at the same time, because we basically ruined a quarterback, or we helped to ruin a quarterback in Sam Darnold. We were all fairly excited when he was drafted. You know, maybe you didn't agree with the pick at the time, but it just has not worked out. He did okay in his rookie year. He did a little better in his second year. And then this last year, he really hit rock bottom. He really performed poorly. One of the worst quarterbacks in the league last season. We got a new member to the channel here. So welcome, THG Wicked 50 Cal. And he chimes in and he says, "I wanted the Jets to draft a quarterback this year, but..." Hold on one second. I'm trying to move this and it is not cooperating. Why the hell is it not moving? Maybe because it's too big. Here, let's try this. Okay. For some reason, this is not cooperating. But anyways, he says, "I wanted the Jets to draft a quarterback this year, but to be honest, I am actually more upset than I thought I would be to see Sam go. He didn't deserve to have Gase and Bowles." And that right there tells it all. I think, like, we all agree that Todd Bowles, as good of a man as he is, he did not work out as a head coach. We had Jeremy, what was his name? I can't remember his damn name. The offensive coordinator that we hired that was living in the mountains prior to taking his job. Jeremy Bates, that's the name. I couldn't remember it, and now I did. So Jeremy Bates was also his offensive coordinator. He was living in the mountaintops. And then we also had, after that, Adam Gase, Dowell Loggins. What a joke that was. So we know Sam did not have the appropriate support around him to be successful as far as coaching goes. And then when you start considering who was around him, we know that he didn't have the best team around him, especially during his rookie year, his second year. The team bottomed out, obviously, this past year, but I still am one of those people that says, yeah, he didn't have a great, supporting cast around him, but that does not excuse the poor play that we saw. We did not see a quarterback that looked like he was in his 3rd year in the NFL, regardless of how bad the team was. There is no excuse for your quarterback to have 9 touchdowns in a season and to have more interceptions and more turnovers than touchdowns. I mean, it's unacceptable. You cannot have that in the NFL. Wicked, you don't have to worry about your comment length. It wasn't you. It was actually me. For some reason, it's not letting me stretch. Oh, now it's letting me stretch for some odd reason. No worries, though. Thank you again, and if you're new here, again, like I said, just consider subscribing. We hope to see you more in the chat. We will be live again tonight, guys. I'm going to have somebody from Jets X Factor tuning in, and he's going to be breaking down not only Sam Darnold's trade, but also Justin Fields, Zach Wilson. We're going to be looking at them on tape. So tune in for that at 8 o'clock tonight. Schlong, he says, very good decision in my opinion. Sam is burned in New York, and to get 3 picks for one of the worst QBs in the league right now and potential is amazing. Good job, JD. 20 draft picks in the next 2 years. It's actually 20 plus. And because here's the thing, Joe Douglas may end up trading and getting more picks. He may get more ammunition just from this trade alone. So we really don't know what to expect here. Let's see. I got people confirming that it was Jeremy Bates. Definitely. The great Loggins. What a clown he was. Yeah, I feel like that was just a huge gaffe to have him come along with Adam Gase to be his little yes man. Just a critical mistake by the New York Jets. So let's see. So Busted Knuckles chimes in. He says, I would have liked to see Sam under John Morton's offense, though. Yeah, John Morton actually is a person that my brother really liked and felt like he didn't get enough credit for getting what he got out of the New York Jets that season that he coached them. And yeah, I think John Morton could have done some nice things. And again, that kind of offense would have been nice as well. So let's see here. He was still throwing into double coverage in year 3. Yeah, it's not just the double coverage thing, and that is definitely one of the factors. But you have him running out of bounds, taking losses instead of just throwing the ball out of bounds. He did that multiple times this season, and that drives me absolutely bonkers. You are in your 3rd year of the NFL, and your team is bad. We get it. But those are the types of mental mistakes that have become Sam Darnold. That is who he is. He makes boneheaded decisions on the field, regardless of whether he is, staring down receivers, whether he was not reading the coverage the defense was showing pre-snap, whether that was him making poor decisions with the football, throwing it into double coverage, like you mentioned, Steven Perez. Just a litany of things that Sam Darnold needs to do better. Having said that, and I will just touch on this very lightly, I do think Carolina could end up being a really good home for Sam Darnold. It's not the big city that he is used to with the Jets. And they do have a ton of weapons in Carolina. And I think that their head coach, from Baylor, his name is, again, slipping my mind, Matt Rule. He's going to be a fantastic coach for Sam Darnold. He's also going to have the offensive coordinator from New Orleans. Can't remember his name off the top of my head. He is also a very young and up-and-coming offensive coordinator. I think he's going to do wonders for Sam, help him to kind of regain some composure and some confidence. Let's see here. Straight Fire comes in. He says, think about this, guys. In a league where everything caters to the quarterback, he was the only quarterback in the league to start 12 or more games without double-digit touchdowns. Enough said. So, yeah, I think that's very true. And I think that we're just looking at another example of Darnold not proving it with the time that he had. Gwydion is agreeing with Knuckles. He says, I loved Morton too. No idea why they got rid of him. Absolutely. Oh, Wicked. He says, I've been sub for a while now. I just don't comment that often. Dude, no worries. Not a problem at all. I appreciate you supporting the channel. Great to see that a lot of the people in the chat were also pro-draft people. The most toxic part of fan base was the pro-Sam and the anti-tankers. Yes. So let's just start with this. So I am not going to be critical of anybody that suggests that the Jets should have traded back, accumulate more picks, select more players to build this team up, to help Sam Darnold, to build the roster up. I can't hate on you for that decision, or that idea, I should say. And that's why I don't ridicule people who suggested that idea, but I did always make it very clear that that was never my number one choice. My number one choice was always that we should move on. The financial situation, the contract with Sam Darnold is extremely iffy. The Carolina Panthers are committing to Sam Darnold. That's the thing that I read most recently, was that they are going to give him the 5th-year option. And so he's going to be paid nearly $20 million in that 5th year. So it's risky. It is risky. It's risky to make that commitment to somebody that has not proven themselves in the National Football League. Straight Fire says, litany. Yeah, I'm scared of my vocabulary too. Yes. Let's see. He says the fact they have Robbie can't be understated. He had a good thing with him. Yes. And I think Robbie will help Sam early on. But they have so many weapons in Carolina. They got Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore. And they could make another move for another offensive player. They may draft an offensive tackle at 8. So I really do feel like Sam is very, very fortunate to be in the situation that he's in, considering how his career has started. So I think he's very, very fortunate, like I said. Let's see. Another good thing. Yeah, I am very glad that this popped up because I also remember this as well. It was last year. It was like right after he had gotten signed by the Panthers. Robbie actually was posting clips of Sam missing him deep. Like all of the times that he didn't hit and didn't connect and Robbie was there and open. And so it is interesting because Robbie did like kind of deny. He was like, oh no, he's like, Sam's my boy. But there is no denying what he was doing with that post on Twitter. He was totally calling out Sam, suggesting that, you know, if he had had a better quarterback, he would have put up even better numbers. And so it's very, very interesting that he's now going to be back with Robbie. I don't see it as being tore him to shreds. Definitely. He was not very gentle. I'll say that. Where's Mike? Oh, God. Can we roast him? Now, I want to make sure this is clear, and I'm saying this right now. Your boy, me, I said he would be traded by the 7th. So, pat on the back, old NYJ today, because we got that prediction right, or I got that prediction right. So, pretty excited about that. I kind of called it he would be traded by April 7th, and it's stuck. Rob Broadhead, I don't believe I've seen you in the chat before. Welcome, sir. It's good to have you. Thank you for tuning in. If you're not subscribed, please consider. We are going to be live again tonight. I did mention that earlier, guys. We will be live at 8 p.m., and I'm going to be hosting somebody from Jets X Factor, and he's going to be breaking down this trade. He's going to be breaking down film for Justin Fields, Zach Wilson. So if you're all into that, if that's the kind of thing that turns you on, please do tune in. If you guys have not hit up the like button, please do so. I'd appreciate the support. Rob Broadhead, he says, I'm happy for him, but still torn. The worse he plays, the better our picks next year if he starts. Yeah, exactly. So it wouldn't surprise me if Teddy Bridgewater was the starter early on in the season, and then they maybe move to Sam at a certain point during the season. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Carolina actually plays this. And I think that it's good. They have 2 quarterbacks that could potentially, help them. Carolina's not going to win that division. That would be just a huge surprise because they've got the Bucs in that division. The Saints are going to be hurting a little bit now that Breeze is gone. They've lost some of their defensive linemen. So maybe they could slide up into that second spot in the division. So we'll just have to wait and see what the Panthers do in the draft. They didn't have a very active free agency, so yeah, a present to make up for the comments. I think that's what you're referring to. Yeah, maybe Robbie will gift him with a new car. Yes, the X Factor dudes are legit, and I'm really excited about it. His name is James, and he's going to be coming on to break that all down for us. And again, I think it's great to hear from people like him because they know better than us. Just the fact of the matter, they know better than we do as far as how a play looks on the film might not actually be what is actually what's happening when we watch it on our couches. So they can really break it down and show us what's really happening in a play. And so I'm pretty fired up about him coming on the channel. So I hope you guys tune in. It'll be a lot of fun. Let's see. They already stated that they are looking to trade Teddy. That would be very interesting as well. I haven't seen that report. I'll have to get on Twitter. If they move Teddy, he's going to be a really good backup somewhere in the NFL. I don't know if he'll become a starter again. He didn't really do too much this season. He was okay at certain times, but they certainly didn't win a whole lot. Oh, wow. Rob's a member of X Factor for a while. The analytics are second to none. Good. So I hope you will tune in, and if nothing else, you will watch it after the live stream has ended. Let's see here. To be honest, if I were the Jets, I would look for someone to trade for someone like Minshew. This is an interesting idea, actually. So Minshew is one of those dudes where he has gotten a raw end of the deal. He's a very talented guy, and I could see him doing, a nice job in competing and maybe even starting the season for the Jets. I don't see that it's likely, Wicked, but that doesn't mean that it won't happen just because I don't think it's likely. The Jets should be pursuing, in my opinion, they should be pursuing C.J. Beathard. I think he would be a great fit for the team. He's not going to necessarily, be the best backup quarterback in the NFL, but he's got experience in that system. He could help teach our new quarterback. We're obviously taking a quarterback at 2 now. The debate is over. It's happening. Whether it's Fields or Wilson, we will have to wait and see, but that is going to happen. Okay, so it says I'm talking about Ian Rappaport, I believe. He says, Rapp stated so. Look for Denver, maybe. That would be an interesting move. Denver, I think, that would be a great landing spot, actually, because they have Drew Lock, and I believe they want him to be the starter. And it would be good for them to have some competition that's actually, noteworthy. And I think that Teddy would be able to provide that for Drew Lock. A little bit of leadership and a little bit of competition never hurts a quarterback at all. I don't understand why I have to change this so much. It's getting on my nerves. All right, let's see here. Sabo was at our channel, Gangrene Germany. Awesome working, guys. Nice, dude. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Let's see here. Any more comments? That is one definite positive. Was happy that they are going to draft someone, and it is clear that the debate is now over, finally. Yes, we do not need to wonder anymore. The New York Jets will be selecting a quarterback in that number 2 overall pick, and it's almost certainly going to be Zach Wilson. I would be shocked if it was Justin Fields, but that does not mean I wouldn't be happy. I've said all along that he is my 2B to Zach Wilson. So anyway, guys, I think I'm going to stop the stream right here. It's really good to talk with you guys. Really excited about the extra picks in 2022. We now have over 20 plus draft picks in these next 2 drafts. I look forward to seeing you guys hopefully tonight at 8 p.m. We will be live again. So hope you guys have a good rest of your evening. I will see you at 8, hopefully. Go Jets. See you guys next time.